No sé si ahorita ya son 18,000 espectadores. Hace ratito estaba con solamente 2,000 espectadores esperando. Caracteriza es que no es puntual, eso sí. Pues es porque esto ya aló, 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 aló. No sé si el audio está bien, de verdad. Que voy a escoger es una que sea que no me oyeran o algo por el estilo. Ayer presentó en un evento también, bueno, no presentó, sino que habló sobre las últimas actualizaciones del Neuralink de su otra empresa, en el que pues se están haciendo avances en temas de no sé, es que es un tema muy, muy más allá. No sé muy bien de eso, pero es que eso parece que es más de tema, ¿cómo podríamos decir? Sería, no sería tecnología, sería de pero lo que están haciendo en Neuralink es algo increíble. Están colocando chips, son como chips que se colocan en la cabeza. No sé si en el cerebro no, en el cerebro no creo, pero si se colocan en la cabeza, cercanos supongo al cerebro, en el que por el que se puede básicamente transmitir todo lo que el cerebro, nosotros el cerebro es como una especie de masa que emite para Live.
All right, welcome to Sparks, Nevada, site of the Tesla Gigafactory and our Tesla SemiTruck factory as well. So, yeah, I can't believe it's been 5 years. So,
5 años. Wow.
we unveiled the Tesla Semi
Porque esto fue
5 years ago.
presentado en
Been a lot
2017.
that's happened since then, to say the least. So,
Se
but
supone
we're
que
incredibly
debería estar
excited
para el
tonight to
2019.
actually deliver our first production Tesla SemiTrucks. So, and it's right next door to the Giga Nevada, our Gigafactory here, which produces the most number of battery cells in North America. It produces our drive units and battery packs. And yeah, so I'd just like to just start off by giving a big hand to the Tesla Gigafactory team and the Tesla SemiTruck team. It's like, so I think you've had a chance to tour the production line. So cool, right? And yeah, we're looking forward to actually delivering our first production trucks to PepsiCo. So this is going to be fantastic.
Yeah, and also a huge thank you to all of our other customers. I mean, a lot's happened in the last 5 years, and our customers have been super loyal and supportive and stuck with us and been a huge part of our development, and we're excited to show everything that we've been doing off to everybody tonight.
Great, so let's get started. Yeah, so, yeah, sorry for the delay. So it's been like sheer amount of drama between this last 5 years ago and now is insane. A lot has happened in the world, but here we are, and it's real. So.
Yeah, we threw a great party a few years back, and trying to do a similar thing here tonight. And Tesla's been growing like crazy. I mean, everybody here has been contributing towards the growth and unveiling awesome products and really scaling us to the point that now we can actually work on semi, and we're really excited to do that. But we've been working a little bit on the background, close to the chest, right level of priority, but made a lot of progress, incorporated a lot of things that we're going to talk about. And at the end of the day, we have not wavered from our mission to build the most compelling, greatest Class 8 truck in history. So we're going to keep putting our foot forward to do that, and yeah, it's pretty awesome.
So people might wonder why build a semi-truck? Because if you look at the actual unit volume, it's small compared to passenger vehicles. So for passenger vehicles, there's on the order of almost 100 million that are sold every year, and whereas semi-trucks, it's like for 400,000 or 500,000.
Not even, yeah. It's a couple 100,000 Class 8 trucks a year.
Globally.
Yeah. Oh no. Sorry, that's U.S.
Yeah. So in the U.S. there's like 15 million passenger vehicles and a couple 100,000 semi-trucks. So it seems like a small percentage, but it's actually 20% of U.S. vehicle emissions because you've got a huge vehicle and it's being driven all the time. So when you factor in the number of hours driven and the weight that it's carrying, it's actually, although it's only 1% of vehicle production, it's 20% of vehicle emissions. And it's over a third of all the particulate emissions. So from a sort of health standpoint, particularly in like cities, this is a huge impact, like it's gigantic. So that's why we're doing it, So yeah.
Yeah, this is really core to our mission, and to Elon's point, there's a lot of heavy trucks that are deployed in dense urban areas, and so the communities that are around freeways, a lot of where these trucks are domiciled, are going to really benefit, particularly from the particulate emissions reductions, and then just trying to reduce emissions globally. Every truck that we put on the road that replaces a diesel truck is a huge amount of leverage, and so that is why we're doing this, and makes a huge difference towards driving us towards our total mission of sustainable energy and transportation.
Yeah, I think maybe a lot of people don't realize it's actually quite unhealthy to be living next to a highway with diesel trucks, FYI. So So being able to make them electric is just going to be just in addition to sort of climate change and global warming matters.
Claro.
It's also quiet, and it's going to improve the quality of your air, and it will actually just fundamentally improve the health of people living near freeways, which is obviously a super big deal. So,
yeah, if anybody's been woken up at a noisy truck delivering in the morning, the quiet will definitely be very welcome. I know I will appreciate that.
yeah. So,
Orgullosos que son. Bueno,
so we're aiming to cover all major forms of transport. It's just consistent with the Tesla mission, because sometimes I get asked, like, well, shouldn't Tesla just produce like,
robotaxi.
fast cars or premium cars or whatever? It's like, but what's our actual mission? Our actual mission is to accelerate the advent of sustainable energy. So that's why we're making this wide range of cars that don't really make sense from a brand standpoint, I guess, traditionally, but they make total sense when you consider what's the mission of the company. The mission of the company is to accelerate sustainable energy, and so it's super consistent with that goal, and really a crucial piece of the puzzle, and that's why we're doing it.
Yeah, and I mean, Elon, you first laid this out in Master Plan Part 2, and now we're here to actually make it happen, and everything from the mission side, along with reducing the cost of cargo transport, and also make it fun. I mean, we want to make the truck an awesome driving experience, make it kick ass for the drivers.
Yeah, I mean, it looks sick. I mean, look at that thing. I mean, you want to drive that.
Pero, ¿sí?
I mean, that thing looks like it came from the future. It drives like it's like driving a Tesla, literally. It's fun. It looks awesome, and there's actually a big shortage of drivers. And so, if you're a truck driver and you want the most badass rig on the road, this is it. So yeah, that's it. It's a beast.
Es una bestia.
So, at Tesla, we don't make slow cars. We don't make this thing has crazy power relative to a diesel truck. I mean, actually, especially if you're not towing anything, you could zip around like it looks crazy. Basically, it looks like an elephant moving like a cheetah. It doesn't look right, frankly. But this is not sluggish in the least. It's fast. It's fast to accelerate. It's fast to brake. It's really a step change improvement in what it's like to drive a semi-truck. Yeah, when we've got three times the power.
3 times the power than any diesel truck on the road right now. So you got all the power you need to get the job done. But the other reason that it's a beast is because it's also efficient. And you can go 500 miles on a single charge on one of these things. So it's the mix of those two that this is why this is a game changer. And what's awesome is both of those are enabled by our new 1,000-volt powertrain, which is the first vehicle that we're doing with that. And don't worry, there'll be some more vehicles coming with that. But this is going to be a game changer because of all the awesome innovations that have happened, behind the scenes and under the hood, so to speak.
Cool. Yeah. So we're obviously leveraging a ton of stuff that we've already done. So we've got well, it's now probably 51 billion miles driven. I don't know. There's more every day. So we're using our existing drive units, power electronics, infotainment, our super efficient heat pump, HVAC system, and state-of-the-art inverters. So we're able to leverage the existing powertrain and elements that are already made at volume in order to achieve extreme efficiency of cost and capability. So.
Yeah, and it also means we get to leverage all the reliability that the active car fleet is doing. So we're accumulating all these miles, getting a ton of demonstrated learnings into the field, and we're going to go and put all these trucks into the world and get a lot of learnings as well, but we're coming off of a great launching pad with everything that's done in the rest of our products already. And it's also enabled because Tesla's got this full vertical integration on the software and the hardware side. So the teams that are working together to put all that together into one package, this is a huge win for all of our products, but particularly Semi.
Lots of hardcore testing. So, I mean, one of the things about a commercial truck is that the reliability has to be extremely high. So it's got to be running continuously, can't break down. It's got to handle every kind of weather. Uptime is super important for any kind of semi-truck. So we've tested durability in every kind of weather, every kind of environment. I mean, you could, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so even just, we've driven Donner, we'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment, but we've been through hot, cold, snow, rain. We've been putting this thing through all its paces in the lab as well as in the real world. You know, the simulation team has been doing an incredible job of being able to scale all of that, you know, in the virtual side. And the other thing is that we're going to take these and we're going to put our money where our mouth is. And we're going to put these on into our own fleet, into our own supply chain, and we're going to use this to transport goods between our factories and our suppliers, because we believe in it, not just from a mission perspective and a cost perspective, but because we want to close that feedback loop. We got to get that learning as fast as we can. We want it straight from the drivers, we want it straight from the service techs that are working on it. We're going to take all that data that's coming in and continue to refine the product and make it better, just like we do on the car side.
Yeah, exactly. So to be clear, like these semi-trucks are running 24/7 between Sparks, technically in Sparks, not Reno, but most people think of it as Reno Sparks, and Tahoe. And yeah, this is technically the called the Tahoe Reno Industrial Complex, or TRIC. Now, there's an interesting backstory about why it's called that. Very, yeah. So, anyway, Tesla using the trucks continuously day and night between here and Fremont and back again is going to be a great test of the vehicle and will give us a great feedback loop for continuing to improve the product. So my click is sort of not working. There we go. All right. So yeah, we've got a tri-motor powertrain system. So we're using the carbon overwrap sleeve. So essentially, we're using the plaid Model S, Model X powertrain, and we're actually enabling the two of the drive units to actually disconnect. So that they're not free spinning, so the efficiency is actually much greater in cruise.
Yeah, this is really unique. I mean, we're going with a tri-motor system. One of them is constantly engaged, so that's for maximum efficiency. You're getting on the highway, that's doing the bulk of the work, and it's operating at the peak efficiency point of the entire drivetrain. And then the other two units are for torque and acceleration. So when the driver needs it to get their job done, whether that's getting out of a loading dock or it's on the road, they need to pass somebody, you're tackling a grade, you have the torque and power to do it. And the cool thing is that these are clutched automatically, so no driver input needed, but it's also seamless. So the highway efficiency unit is cruising along doing its thing, and if the driver puts their foot to the floor, the torque unit spin up, clutch engages, and takes over, and it does all of that before we've maxed out the torque on the efficiency unit, so it's completely smooth. There's no turbo lag or jerkiness or anything like that, no driver input needed. It's smooth, both in terms of acceleration and deceleration for regen. It's really cool happening all behind the scenes.
Yeah, I mean, what I find actually really wild about this is that you can have a truck which is 82,000 pounds. And by the way, the reason we can actually do 82,000 pounds is that there's a 2,000 pound extra that's allowed by law for electric trucks. So you get a little bit of a advantage on the weight side. But you can basically pull 82,000 pounds at cruise using, and the only thing that's doing that is a tiny little motor on one axle.
Oh, that big, well, football size maybe?
Yeah, you can carry it.
Yeah.
Like, it's like a,
I mean, you can check it in your luggage. Good luck doing that with a diesel engine. And one of those is more powerful than a diesel. Yeah.
Yeah, just that one little guy is more powerful than a regular diesel engine on a semi-truck. But it's just, I find it like amazing that this enormous thing can be pulled by something that you can carry in your hands. It's like, wow, that's power density.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then in terms of, we're putting this to use in the real world. Yeah. So that truck's clocking it at 82. That's weighing 82,000 pounds. And when you see that pass shot again, you'll notice You'll notice that speedometer is climbing. We're going 6%
está en
and
subidas.
accelerating up that grade.
Y vieron cómo
This
le
is
pasaba-
this is
le
where it comes
pasó
in.
al del
Yeah, it's
diésel.
really, it's like driving a normal car, not like driving a truck. It's just that you're
como
moving
manejar
82,000 pounds.
Como cualquier
Yeah,
auto.
yeah.
No parece
So
que
any
es un-
highway grade you come across, you can tackle at speed.
Yeah.
There's no compromise.
No slowdown.
Nope. And the other beauty is that you've got all this power going up, but you also have it going down. And what that means is you've got regenerative braking. So rather than using a Jake brake or engine braking like a diesel truck does, where you have to worry about hitting your shifts. If you miss a gear, you're onto your brakes and potentially in a runaway situation. You don't have to worry about any of that. There's no shifting, no nothing. And so the regen recaptures all that energy as you're going down these grades. But on top of it, it also is a safer system for not just the driver, but everybody on the road, because there's no gear to miss.
Pues se vuelve a cargar.
I mean, just it's worth reemphasizing that point.
Utiliza el motor
Because it's an electric
para no consumir,
drivetrain,
sino
when it goes downhill,
generar
you actually,
energía
or when you
y
slow
volver a
down, it
cargar a la
recaptures the energy of motion
Pero
or the
eso
energy
solo
of,
ocurre
of height. The
bajadas
potential and
y
kinetic
frenos.
energy are largely
Más que todo
recaptured,
cuando está frenando.
whereas for a diesel truck, that's not possible. You can't
Por
just
eso es que no necesitas,
create diesel.
digamos, pisar el
So
freno, porque
you just end up heating brakes, and then your brakes overheat, and you can't use them, and then it's actually it's pretty dangerous because the brakes stop working.
Yeah, that's why you have runaway truck ramps.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny because, so if for any of you that have ever driven I-80 and driven Donner, there's a mandatory brake check stop for trucks down by Emigrant Gap. We've done this, and it's really funny because we'll go over the grade, we'll come down, and we just kind of pull to the side, and we're like, well, there's nothing to check, we've never used the things, and we just keep driving. Yeah.
Yeah. And we get to the bottom of the hill, we have cold brakes.
Yeah.
That's like mind-blowing in the trucking world. So it's like insane, basically. And you've, yeah, so. So it's really worth emphasizing that. That's a significant safety improvement for the truck driver and for other people on the road. We also have excellent traction control because the precision of an electric motor is vastly better than a diesel engine. It's sort of got like I'm trying to think of the right analogy here, but like it's got the precision of like a laser printer. It's not great. It's like really precise. That's what I'm saying. And the reaction is, so it's like you don't have to worry about, like traction control is awesome. It's got, it's automatically stopping the truck from jackknifing. It's doing all this safety stuff in the background that just isn't possible with regular diesel trucks. It's just, it's a step change in technology in so many ways.
Yeah, and the tight integration with the software team that we have here really makes that happen because it means that we can take all that, the precision, and actually put it to use. It's not some tie-in of some third-party powertrain. No, this is all in-house. And so we do this really neat chassis control work at the brake level, the traction control level. We integrate with our total stability control system and make sure that the driver has a lot of confidence, but also has everything they need to stay on the road. It's a really nice, neat integrated package overall in terms of software and control, and it's totally seamless to the driver, and it'll be a game changer in terms of safety.
5 minutos, 8 minutos,
Yeah.
algo así. Es lento, es como diésel.
So we talk power. You want to talk efficiency?
Yeah, absolutely. So, some people out there say it can't be done. I don't know who might say that, but I've heard rumors. So we just did it. Yeah.
500 millas, eso sería como
And we're going to post the whole video unedited on YouTube.
Yeah. And
No jump cuts.
O sea, estamos hablando como
and this wasn't, some
500
ultra
millas, sí.
clean, precise
Son como
test track
800
simulation or something where we,
kilómetros.
shut down a road. Nope, this is real world. This is over Grapevine. This is with traffic. This is true 500 miles. We were loaded just under 82K. No special aero treatments.
Yeah.
Truck came off the line, shook it down, made it run. That's it.
Yeah, there was like no fast moves here.
Nope.
So to be clear, it's not like, and what tricks did they pull? There are actually a whole bunch of tricks we could have pulled
Yeah.
and didn't. Like as Dan said, like no special aero treatment.
Oh, and by the way, we should mention there was no charging. Like we charged the
Yeah,
truck.
yes,
Yeah, we
to be
didn't stop
clear.
to charge. Single
Yes,
driver
one
shift.
exactly.
Yeah.
Good point. So
Minor detail.
Yeah. So it's not like 500 miles, like with no load, with special aero and special everything. It's like fully loaded, going from the Bay Area. We actually had to like go a bit north to get to, actually add to get to 500 miles because you get, LA to the Bay Area is less than that.
Well, we went all the way to San Diego here, so we stretched out on the southern end, and I mean, do you want to see on the video? I mean,
Yeah.
we have the proof.
Absolutely. So
Las pruebas, dice.
it's only 8 hours long. So
Yeah, buckle in. Don't worry, we brought lots of snacks.
yeah.
800 kilómetros.
Yeah,
Supercargado.
standard trip.
Prima hasta San Diego.
Down the 5, up Grapevine, through LA, traffic, construction.
Supongo
We
800
got the bypass on the way station, but running full 80 or just under 82, full deliveries, nothing to hide.
Yeah. So, yeah. Real world. It's yeah.
He did take one restroom break for. There is a required mandatory 30-minute break within the first 8 hours of operation.
Okay.
Took a small restroom break, but that was it. Yep.
All right.
30
Go.
minutos ya que se tiene que parar. Esa es la legislación, ¿no?
So aerodynamic efficiency obviously matters a lot. And you can see it's shaped like a bullet. It's really aerodynamic,
Esa es la
and
aerodinámica.
that helps a lot. So we get less than 2 kilowatt hours
2
per
kilowatt
mile.
hours a mile.
2
Yep.
kilowatts.
So
And that's the name of the game,
Yeah.
is
Por cada minuto.
efficiency there. Yep.
yep. So yeah, I mean it's really efficient
Súper
in
eficiente.
every way, and
I mean, the team's done a lot of awesome work. I mean, we went into the wind tunnel with this really cool model, rolling road, the whole 9 yards, and pulled in a lot of learnings and all of our features from the car side that give us such great real-world efficiency there, and really want to make sure that the truck and the trailer have to work together. This is a combination. This is not just the truck. If you optimize one, you actually might disrupt the whole combination. And so we spent a lot of time, both virtually, but also in the wind tunnel to make this happen. And really some next level engineering to of everything they had to do there. And it means that we've got a really efficient truck.
yeah.
Súper eficiente.
As I said, it's as easy to drive as a Model 3. So it's like with basically no training, you can drive this. You have to think bigger when you're driving it. But it's not like it's not hard to drive. It's really easy. And we put the seat in the center for max visibility. Low floor. You can stand up in the cabin.
Yeah, and that's actually like a really big deal. I mean, you're a tall guy, Elon. Like you're able to stand up just fine. And nice thing is that if you're a truck driver and you're out during the day and it's cold, it's snowy, whatever, you can get in and this isn't a sleeper cab. This is a day cab. You can still stand up and you can shed your jacket, put it on the wall, all in the comfort. You can put your coveralls on while in the cab. So if you have to go do a dirty job, you can do that comfortably as opposed to being out in the elements. So that's that level of space is unheard of. And we were able to do that with some pretty innovative packaging. And on top of it, there's plenty of cargo storage, for drivers that need to bring any tools, other equipment along. And not to mention, we've got the plugins, the wireless charging, everything they need on the electronic side as well.
Yep.
Ujú. Pues no sé esa parte como que
Yeah,
no
so we've got
convence.
efficiency in every aspect of the vehicle. I've got one-touch suspension dump, so it's very easy to attach to the trailer. It saves time and money. It's
Camita, digamos, para
fleet's more
poder
efficient. The
notar
driver's home. So
algunas
Yeah, I mean, really, we're trying to extend the idea of
detalle
this
como que no
efficiency
me
from
está
not just while you're on the
gustando.
road, but into the yard as well. That's before and after the truck has done its job on the road.
Mira, solo es
Because that means
asiento
that
y nada
drivers
más.
at the end of the day are spending less time at the yard and they're getting home earlier. It makes their lives easier.
Tiene un
We got a
asiento
light
para
test that's easy to
un
execute, helps
compañero
with
que está
compliance. There's
pegado
all these
atrás,
little
¿no?
things that
Lo
the design
reclinas
team
y
really spent their
ahí se
time
puede sentar.
researching. They did ride-alongs, they studied, they did all this work. It was really cool to watch them put. I think they even took like a bunch of like the various cups and put them in CAD, and you'll see them like put them in various cup holder sizes and places. They'll like mock up a bag. They'll do all kinds of neat stuff to understand how a driver works throughout the day, and it means that they'll have a more efficient experience overall.
Yeah. Great. Obviously, to charge a truck like this quickly, you need high-power chargers. So we developed a megawatt class charger, as it's capable of charging at a megawatt to DC.
Yeah.
and it's our next generation immersive cooling, so it's liquid cooled, so you don't need like a gigantic elephant trunk of a cable. You can actually have a small cable, and that cable delivers a megawatt. Yeah, we've 3x the current density.
I mean, this is really cool stuff. I mean, you're actually immersing the conductor in the coolant, this water-based coolant that we have, and we're then doing some really neat isolation monitoring on the back end to ensure that it's safe and delivering that it needs to. But it means that we can really shove a lot of current in a very, very small place. So, you know, for those that have worked and charged their cars on a V3 supercharger and the cable's nice and, you know, maneuverable, it's the same thing here, but now we're just shoving a megawatt through it instead. So, you know, this is key for high power applications like semi, but you want to tell them or do you want me to tell them?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be used for Cybertruck too.
Yeah. So this is coming to our superchargers next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the future of transport obviously requires a sustainable energy infrastructure. So you got to have all aspects of the energy question answered. Sustainable power generation, then you've got to store the power, and then you transfer the power to the vehicle. So like the three pillars of a sustainable energy future are sustainable power generation with solar and wind. I'm actually a fan of nuclear, which we should support, and geothermal and many others. But things that are sustainable long-term, But things like wind and solar are intermittent, so you have to have the battery pack to store the energy, so when the wind doesn't blow and the sun doesn't shine, you still have energy. And you can also buffer the power so you're not overloading the grid with spike loads.
Yeah, and our semi-customers are actively deploying this today. And you know, we're working with them so that they have the pathway to get towards 100% sustainable future. You know, but we have all of this at our disposal, commercial solar and Megapack. And the Megapack is great because not only can it do things like peak shaving or some of the other energy modulation, but it also provides a form of redundancy and backup. I mean, if we're going to ask a fleet to take on these trucks and run them, they need to ensure that they're going to be able to charge them and keep their fleet running in the event of a power outage. And that's one of the things that we can do with the Megapack on site as well.
All right. So, and post deliveries are now.
Yeah.
So we'd just like to thank PepsiCo. They've been a great partner. Hey guys. Hey, how's it going?
Thank you.
Hey, how's it going? So yeah, we completed our first cargo run with a very enormous amount of Frito-Lays, which I'm sure we have a lot of them here.
Yeah. And yesterday, we were actually able to complete our first delivery, compliments of Frito-Lay. We took a truck down to their Modesto factory from here, and one of their drivers, we delivered the truck, they took it over, and they brought back a load of snacks for everybody here to enjoy tonight. Yep. So, big thanks to Kirk and Steven. Yeah.
Do you guys want to say anything?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Look, nothing like this happens without amazing people. And so I just want to thank the people that spent countless hours to make this a reality. That's it. The people.
That's it. I just want to echo, I know a lot of work went into it, and this is fantastic. We're thrilled about the delivery today, so thank you.
Yeah, thanks for letting us be a part of this. Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Dan.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
All right. All right. So, yeah. Thank you all. Thank you all for coming. It's been a long journey, a long 5 years. But this is going to really revolutionize the roads, and I think make the world a better place in a meaningful way. So, thank you for your support through all the years.
Yeah. president. Here we go. Yeah, peace.